Hello, Appalachian Living families. So I am going to share a recipe with you all. As you can tell, our bottle here is empty. My kids, especially my boys, love this Mandarin teriyaki sauce, the Panda Express. They can go through a bottle of this a week. And it's expensive. It's like almost $5 where we're at. So I decided to try and create a recipe. So I went to the back, and I was looking, saw that had soy sauce and let's see, some water and sugar. And so I thought, you know what, let me try and see if I can create a recipe. So this is messy, but there it is. So I actually, when I canned this up, and you can water bath it for 15 minutes, I put it in this jar or bottle, and my boys cannot tell a difference. They actually just now figured out that I make it homemade. So I call that a win. Okay, so we're gonna need, here, let me take you off of here. We're gonna need some soy sauce. I use the low sodium, and I think, I've never tried the amino acids, but I'm sure you could use that. You're going to need some lemon juice, ginger paste. Now, I've never made it with fresh ginger, but I'm sure you could. You're going to need some garlic powder, and I hope I pronounce this right, mirin, and you're going to need some brown sugar. So I am going to share my recipe with you all. Okay, if you want to water bath this, please go ahead and get your jars, your clean jars, into your little canner. Alright, so we are going to start out with our soy sauce. And for a large batch to can, you're going to need 7.5 cups. Now, I will provide you all with the amounts for like a I guess a serving, or not really a serving, but like a small jar. So this is one of the original coils, so it heats really fast and hot. So I've just got it to a medium low, but you can put it on medium. So there's one. Oops. Two. All right. Get another one open. Doesn't want to come open. Three. 4. Here's our 5th one. All right, we have our 7.5 cups in there. Oop. All right, now I'm going to add in 2.5 cups of water. I spilled it on the table. I didn't spill it that time. All right, now I'm going to add just a little under 2/3 of a cup of this mirin. I guess I'm saying it right. It is a sweet, can you see that? Sweet cooking seasoning. I went on several recipes, online to try and find someone that may had made this before, and I couldn't find anything. So literally, it took me quite a while to go through and trial and error. See if we could find anything that tasted close to it, and I realized you could bottle it, or not bottle it, goodness. You could can it when I was watching an episode of Homestead Heart. I love them. Mr. and Mrs. H are great. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add in 4 pounds of brown sugar. And I know that seems excessive, but trust me, you need it to have that nice, rich, beautiful flavor. Hopefully I do not make a mess with this. I don't know, you guys just saw me spill water on the stove and I called it the table. I'm going to give that a stir. I do have my heat still on. And then we're going to add in our next 2-pound bag. Tell you, I really enjoy sharing recipes with you guys. I like creating and stuff. It's nice. And I'm not monetized because I don't have enough subscribers or hours watched. So you know I love what I do. Because you guys are great. You're my family. Sometimes the best family that you can have it in blood. The family you choose. Alright, so now I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons plus 1/3 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. So let's get our 3 tablespoons. I don't want to overdo this. Make sure it's kind of level. Yeah, 1, 2. Hopefully my arm's not in the view or in front of it. 3. And let me mix this before I add the 3rd. Okay, we added our garlic powder. Now I'm going to add in 6.5 tablespoons of ginger paste. And I was waiting on making this video until our Ingalls got in some ginger paste. That's what we were basically waiting for. So it's 1, 2. That's a rounded one. So next one I'll go a little under. 3, 4. It smells nice. 5. Let's see if I can get the, whoops. See if we have any more in here. Yeah, we do. Okay. Let me go open the other one. All right, 6. And let's get the half a tablespoon. There we go. Let's give it a stir. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Stir it up. Now we are going to add the 6.5 tablespoons, if I can get this open, of lemon juice. There we go. Didn't want to come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. And we're going to mix it up. Okay, we are still letting it come up to a simmer and mixing it all up. And before you put this in your canning jars, please give it a taste test. Now this will be watery. It will not come out thick like the Mandarin teriyaki sauce in the bottle. You can use clear gel if you want this to be thick, but what I like to do, my kids don't mind it anymore, but I did take it out, heat it on a pot, and add some cornstarch before I put it in the bottle. And then how they found out that this wasn't store-bought anymore was I got lazy and I just took it out of the jar. And I put it right into the bottle, and they said, hey, this sauce is thinner. That's how they realized that, oh, Mom's been making this. All right, it's starting to warm up really well, so we're going to give it our first taste test. Now, remember, it's going to taste different because it's not like on a dish, so it will be pungent. So let's see how we did. It is fabulous. Oh, my Lord. You guys are going to love it. So we're going to wait for our canner here to start heating up good. I'll put the jars up now. I can hear it starting to boil, so what I'm going to do is jar it up and then water bath for 15 minutes. And thank you to Mr. and Mrs. H from Homestead Heart for making their teriyaki sauce and teaching me to water bath it. I didn't know if you guys wanted to see the jarring up process. So I do have my heat turned off. I'm going to use a chopstick as my debubbler. I have my vinegar here in case I get any on the rim because it is very sticky. And guys, I really do hope you try this, and I will at the end of the video provide the recipe for if you wanted to make like one batch. Alright, let me see how far up I go. 1 inch headspace. Okay. Let me get my funnel. Alright, we're back. Our funnel. I'm going to mix it up a little because I do have some colors. Turn you off real quick. I want to show you the top part because I don't want you to get scared. So it did come to a nice simmer slash boil. And I know it looks like it's not mixed in all the way. So when you make that and you see it, don't worry. That is your ginger. You can see it on my whisk there. So don't let that scare you. So we're going to go ahead and bottle it up, or jar it up. Take my lid off. Get my ladle. You can kind of move it around a little bit. Incorporate it. If you wanted to, I mean, I haven't put it through a fine strainer. I think if you did, you'd take out a lot of your ginger and you'd lose the flavor. But my boys love teriyaki chicken. Now my youngest is starting to like orange chicken, so I'm going to have to find that recipe. So I like to get out another jar to put my funnel in. The bubble. I'm going to wipe our lid, or rim, excuse me, just in case we've got anything on there. Better safe than sorry. And our ring. And put it in the canner. And I'll bring Jens right back. Ignore the mess. Alright, it made 8 and I guess 2/3 pint jars. So I'm going to go ahead and lower this in, have it come to a rolling boil, and then we're going to can it for 15 minutes. Alright, so this is pretty hot, so we're going to let it cool down, and then we're going to put it in our refrigerator. And as you can tell, it is a thin sauce, but it tastes identical to this. And, alright, so if you're like me, and you don't know if you're going to like something, and you wanted to try a smaller, I guess, serving of this, or recipe. So I started out originally with 3/4 cup of soy sauce, and I do use the Great Value brand low sodium. 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of mirin. I started with, I believe it was half a cup or 3/4 cup of brown sugar. You may need to adjust that to your taste. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of ginger paste, and then 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And then of course you'll just go ahead and, you know, heat it up to a simmer boil, and then try it and see if you like it, and I hope you enjoy it.